I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like where the rains. Whole lot of globetrotting, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta give it all raw now, like Don Dallas. All that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never flop. I give it all, hit when we rock, that never blow. I give it all, whoa, what you say, my man? Give it all, whoa, hey, give it all, whoa, yeah, stand tall, give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. What do you think when people look at me? 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. A body again dumb.
The Hillsdale Falcons have some catching up to do with their schedule. Christmas was just a few short days ago, but here we stand tonight for the second of a back-to-back for the Falcons. They are red hot on the offensive side of the ball, and they're looking to continue that hot streak at home against the Lucas Cubs. Luckily for those of you tuned in to the OH Report, whether on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you are, we've got it live and free coming up next.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Home and kitchen supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
And it's time for your OH Report pregame show, brought to you by Bendon. The Hillsdale Falcons taking on the Lucas Cubs here this evening for the second of a back-to-back for the Hillsdale Falcons as they look to continue to get back on track in basketball season. Of course, they got the late start with their state tournament run for football. So 4-0, the Hillsdale Falcons stand, and they've got a solid crowd on hand. Student section decked out in all of their Hawaiian gear. So exciting to see them here tonight as we get set to go for this game. Let's go ahead and talk about the visitors first. The Lucas Cubs. It's been interesting going for them. Lucas Cubs headed up by Taylor Eisman. This is usually a perennial powerhouse in Richland County, and that just has not been the case this year. 1-7. Just a rough start for them, 1-1 in conference. They played 2 N10 opponents in their last couple of games. They lost by a combined 59 points. You see the scores in the middle of your screen. So this team's going to have some work cut out for them, taking on another top team in Hillsdale. But the Cubs, you never know. They played Mansfield Christian tough. Mansfield Christian is one of those really good teams as well. They took them to overtime in what is always a really tight contested matchup between those two sides. Player spotlight today. Zac Winters is the senior. He wears number 23, and he puts up 14 points per game. He's been a big piece to them ever since he really joined the team many of those years ago as a sophomore, as a junior last year. He's been that piece for the Lucas Cubs, and we'll take it out and let you take a look at him. So 23 in black today for Lucas is the player spotlight. 14 points, 6.5 rebounds, and that's 2 assists as well, and that's all through 4 games. We don't have updated stats on these guys, but Winters, I wouldn't be shocked if he's in that still in that similar area, maybe even a little bit better as this season has progressed. So Lucas Cubs 1-7, tough stretch for them as of late. Hope to see them turn it around here today. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Hillsdale Falcons. And Hillsdale Falcons headed up by Ben Ferguson in his second season. 4-0, solid start for him and his side. They took down Northwestern yesterday handily, 71-43. So a good win for them. I had to do a double take there because those scores for both Hillsdale and Lucas in their last games nearly identical. I thought something got messed up, but no, that was the score, 71-43. Third in the WCAL. They technically sit there right now, even though at 2-0 in the conference. The 2 teams above them, Smithville and Norwayne, are both 4-0, but I'll consider that a tie for first. Both of them, all 3 of them, still unblemished so far in early conference play. Next team that Hillsdale plays in the WCAL will be Chippewa next week. We'll have that live and free for you. Lowen Ferguson, the freshman, had quite the start to his career. We were here against Loudonville to watch him put up 18 points on 6 threes. Also saw him dish it out for 15 assists. He is something else, and you're going to see him to full effect here tonight. 13 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. Also gets about 3 steals a game, and he's not too tall of a guy either. See him being honored in the front of the court here. But yeah, he's not too tall of a guy. I don't have an official height on him, but if I had to guess, probably about 5'5", 5'6". And that might be generous as well, but he is a facilitator, loves to pass the basketball, and because of that, 4 players for this Hillsdale team, all above double figures in scoring averages through 4 games. So Hillsdale, Lowen Ferguson, Lucas, Zac Winters. Let's go ahead and look at your keys to the game, starting with the Lucas Cubs. Got to slow this game down if you're the Cubs. Make sure that this is not a high-scoring effort from the Falcons. That was something that Strasburg Franklin was able to do against them 2 games ago. They kept them to 47 points, but their offense struggled in that one, only putting up 37, so Hillsdale still got the win there. But that's something that Lucas needs to take out of the Tigers' playbook from Strasburg Franklin. And also force bad shots. If you can get them to start shooting some threes, maybe more contested threes, Hillsdale can shoot the basketball, but if you can get a hand in their face, make it difficult, that will go a long way as well. Then for the Falcons here at home, keys for them, use everybody. I just said it. Lowen Ferguson loves to pass the basketball, and he's got a lot of options here in this team. You've got Troy Bennett, 13.5 points per game. You've got Cale Lewis, 6.3 Bradey Krichbaum is a leading scorer, 15 points per game for him, and then McFadden averaging just over 10. So all 4, 5, 6, even 6 of those guys can get it going on any given night, and you're going to want to see that here today. Also create chaos. That's been a quote from Ferguson these last couple of games. If they can create chaos, force some turnovers, they'll be in a pretty good spot in every single game that they played. They did that against Northwestern in their last game. That was what he considered to be their best half of basketball so far this season. That is a quote from Coach Ben Ferguson. Take it back out to the court. National anthem's coming up here in the gym. We'll take a quick break and come back live and free on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
And we're just about set for action from the Falcon Nest, live and free on the OH Report. Thanks for joining us both on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Able to bring you this coverage of Hillsdale. We had some difficulties last time we were here, but fortunately we are up and good to go tonight. Want to shout out a couple people watching live and free with us. Thanks to Ken and Daniel, both of them cheering on the Cubs here tonight. What's up, Josh? I see you in the chat. Also, Becky and Daryl cheering on the Falcons here today. Go through the starters real quick before tip-off. We'll start with the visiting Lucas Cubs. They'll start number 1, Bobby Grover, a senior 5'10 guard, one of the 2 returning letter getters from last season, along with number 23, our player spotlight, Zac Winters, a senior 6'5 forward. Anthony Finello gets the start, a sophomore 6-foot forward wearing number 5. Then number 12, Cooper Day, a sophomore 5'10 guard. And then to round out the starting lineup, Hayden Maloney, one of the 6'7 centers that this Lucas team has. They've got 2 of them. Number 33, Hayden Maloney, the junior, gets the start here tonight. Then for Hillsdale, Troy Bennett will start, 13.5 points per game for him, the junior wearing number 1. Also the high-flying Hayden McFadden, the junior who wears number 10. Number 20, our player spotlight, Lowen Ferguson, the freshman, putting up 13, 4, and 5. And then Cale Lewis, a sophomore. He will start today alongside Bradey Krichbaum, the senior, wearing number 32. Lewis, I don't think I said it. He wears number 23. Falcons and Cubs just about set to go. Maloney will jump along with Krichbaum. I think that's the matchup you're really looking at. Krichbaum, an established big man. He was all Ohio last season And then you bring in Maloney, who this is his first year on varsity. So this is a big test for him in this season. Thanks for joining us live and free on Facebook and YouTube. Game number 5 is underway for the Hillsdale Falcons here at home. 4-0 on the young season as Lowen Ferguson brings it down the court, gives it off to Troy Bennett. Couple of handoffs here to start this opening possession. Troy Bennett drives, tries to scoop it under the big man. Shot no good, a little short, and Grover comes down with it. He comes the other way. Lucas Cubs 1-7 on the season, 1-1 in the Mid-Buckeye Conference. As the point guard, Grover will have his hands full with Lowen Ferguson, someone that loves to reach down and get some steals. Here's Zac Winters. He's blocked by Krichbaum. Ferguson leads the break, crosses the court. And now face up on Grover, spin move, kick out. McFadden thought about the 3 in the corner. Down low, Krichbaum, the left-handed hook shot, no good. Down, Lucas comes with the rebound. Winters gives it to Grover. Minute gone, no scores yet between the Falcons and the Cubs. Second possession for Lucas. Grover picked up his dribble, has to go back to Winters, who will drive around, kick it inside, and the layup is good. Hayden Maloney gets the scoring started here tonight. Ferguson around a screen, back to McFadden, steps to the free throw line, doesn't have anywhere to go. McFadden with a little McFade away to score for Hillsdale. Full court pressure applied from Lowen Ferguson. That's how he gets those 3 steals a game we mentioned. Him defending Grover will be a big piece to what they do today. As Hillsdale has a fast break opportunity, Lewis made the layup, but a foul was called first that will send Troy Bennett to the line. Troy Bennett averaging 13.5 points per game. Put up about 13 last year, so he's pretty much where he left off his sophomore season. He makes the first one. I know that Coach Ferguson's definitely looking for him to up that a little bit. Still plenty of time to do so, just 4 games in, this being the 5th. He makes both free throws to make it 4-2. Hillsdale with the early lead. 2 minutes gone in quarter number 1. We see the pressure still continue to pick up. Grover has to work for everything here, and that will be an early foul on Ferguson. The official behind the play made the call. So the senior being put to the test by the freshman. Able to draw an early foul. Only score so far for Lucas came down low from Hayden Maloney. It was on a nice feed from Zac Winters on a dribble drive. Here he is again, just lost the handle. Ends up finding a way to get it to Grover, and now he has it back. Grover, baseline drive, another feed into Maloney. He's forced to fade away. Good defense by Krichbaum. Rebound down by Bennett. It's been good interior defense so far for Hillsdale, even the one they made Lucas. It was a tough shot. Speaking of tough shots, how about Krichbaum right there, 6-2. First 2 points of the game for Bradey Krichbaum, the All-Ohio special mention a season ago. Krichbaum tried to take a charge. He didn't fall to the ground. He did force the miss. Ferguson, bounce pass up ahead to Bennett for the layup. Mechanics Bank replay gives you the second look. Ferguson already facilitating here tonight. Ball's poked away. Cale Lewis the steal. It's a 2-on-1. Euro step to the lane. Too strong off the window. Nice rebound by Winters. Lucas slows it down again. That was one of our keys today. I thought Coach Eisman's crew needed to slow down the game. That they've done a little bit, maybe a forced shot right there, as Cooper Day couldn't get it to go, and the Falcons will now slow it up. 4:13 to go, close to halfway done with this first quarter. Falcons up 8-2. Ferguson off a screen, straightaway three, no, tipped out by McFadden. Lucas will take over. Not a bad look. There's a look at McFadden kind of reaching over Lucas, who was able to box him out. Fortunate for him, he doesn't pick up an early foul. Just one foul apiece for both sides. Here early in this game, foul on the Cubs went on Day. The foul on Hillsdale went on Lowen Ferguson as he was trying to put some pressure on Bobby Grover, who has the basketball right now. Grover through two screens, gives back to Day. Near side wing, not much going, back out. Ferguson now on Day, forces him to pick up the basketball. Grover, Lewis defending, he'll drive, gets stopped. Back in, tough shot off the glass, no. Krichbaum the rebound as Finello couldn't score it. Ferguson spin move out to Lewis, back to Krichbaum, catches it at the elbow, throws one up, shot no good, blocked from behind. Good defense by Lucas with Maloney. Winters inside, Maloney hesitated a little too long, he missed the layup. Fortunately, Lucas will have it out of bounds. Give you a second look at this. Winters catches it off of the roll. Maloney, I think he had a shot there. Just hesitated too much. Allowed Krichbaum to come over and recover. And as we look at that replay, a timeout was called. So, see, thanks to Home and Kitchen Supply, it's an 8-2 first quarter so far. Hillsdale, offensively, they found a little bit more variety than Lucas has right now. Most of the good looks that Lucas has have been with Maloney as they've drove and kicked it to either block. 2:58 on the clock, so once we get out of this timeout, we'll be about just under halfway done. A timeout was called by Lucas. So take one off the scoreboard for them, off of the Simonson Construction Services scoreboard. I want to take a second to thank all of our sponsors bringing us here today. We'll talk a little bit more about them later on in the game. Simonson Construction Services on your screen right now. Thanks to Bendon, Village Point Market, Radar's Dairy Bar, Home and Kitchen Supply, and Spherion Mid-Ohio. Winters out of the timeout, lost the basketball, gets it back. Pass is deflected out. Lucas will take over on the baseline yet again. Lob over top. Ferguson almost got there. Active hands. Grover catches, tries to get past his defender, couldn't quite do it. Holman Young coming off the bench now in this game. He is in, wearing number 2 in white. Shot missed, tipped out, another offensive rebound for Lucas. Winters goes baseline, kicks, Maloney again, he's stripped away, there's Young. Makes the steal happen, 2-on-2 break. Krichbaum joins to make it a 3-on-2, he missed the dunk. Ball still up for grabs, and Ferguson, the shortest player in the play, comes down with it, drives, floats, misses short. Rebound, another tough one, is corralled by Hillsdale. The 3, no. Another rebound. Krichbaum misses. Quite the crowd of bodies that hit the deck over there, and Lucas finally takes it the other way. They're really feeding Maloney in this game. He's only been able to convert once. And that's been the only score for Lucas here in quarter number 1. No look pass to Krichbaum. How about that feed? Lowen Ferguson showing off the vision. Grover a little shove off, and he dribbled it off his foot. So the timeout that was called by Coach Eisman didn't do its job. Hillsdale scores again. It's now an 8-point deficit for the Cubs. And Krichbaum gets his well-deserved rest. He'll go to the bench. Into the game comes Dylan Fickus, number 21. Knox Lewis, he's been in for a little bit, but he was also a new entry. Him and Fickus play catch. Now a handoff. Holland Young breaks through the defense. Out to Cale Lewis in the corner. Shot no. Rebound by Fickus, and he's fouled from behind. Good effort there. Getting in from the perimeter. He draws the foul. It's just the second team foul, and both of those fouls have come on Cooper Day. So we'll be baseline out. We've got a box set up here for Hillsdale. One minute on the clock as we look to wrap up this first quarter. Lewis, cross-court pass. Young thought about a three, gets past his man. Layup too strong. Another Hillsdale offensive rebound. Lewis rips through, spins, almost carried it. He'll give off to Knox Lewis, who is going to pick up the foul. Give you a second look at that. Looks like that's going to go on Anthony Finello on the reach. So there is the third team foul. On the inbound bounce pass to Bennett. He'll do some work, doesn't see anything. Back out to Young. Young, quick first step. Back to Bennett in the corner for three. So far the Falcons cold from deep. 30 seconds left with the slow tempo of Lucas. Could this be the last shot of the quarter? Finello gives to Winters. Winters defended by Holland Young. He was cut off nicely, gets the basketball back. Under 10 seconds left. Winters spins, hooks with the left. Shot no, tipped out. Lucas, another offensive board. The layup no, and the buzzer will go off. Lewis tried to throw it up at the end. No luck there, but Hillsdale will take it. A 10-2 lead at the end of one here, live and free on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
And welcome back to the Falcon Nest, live and free on the OH Report, whether you're watching with us on Facebook or on YouTube here today. Hillsdale 10, Lucas 2 as we start the second quarter. Anthony Finello, the sophomore, will inbound to Grover to start the second set of 8 minutes. Jonathan Langdon with you here today, assisted by Georgia McFarland, our statistician for the night. Ball's deflected out. This will stay with Lucas. Brandon Powell, your camera operator today. It's the second time we've been to Hillsdale so far this season for a basketball game. Falcons really outpaced Loudonville first time we were here. Put up over 90 points in that game and forced Loudonville to, I believe, only 37 I don't have that exact number with me. But it was an onslaught from Hillsdale as they force a turnover here down low. Mason Ugold checked in, turned it over. Nice quick first step around the defense. Troy Bennett starts the second quarter scoring. Grover through a double team. Pressure picks up. Nice throw across the court. Found an open Maloney. Usually you see teams call a timeout in situations like that, but Grover was able to get it out of a pickle. That time, though, he turns it over. Ferguson. Nice drive, kick. Lewis for three. Knew he missed it right away. Tipped back out. Lowen Ferguson trying to knock down a three. None have fallen for Hillsdale here so far. Bennett's left open again. We'll see if he can hit it. No. Another offensive board. Lewis falls down out of bounds. And it looks like the official will say no foul. He didn't see any of the contact. All he saw was Lewis on his knees out of bounds. So that will be an unfortunate turnover for Hillsdale. See if Grover can dissect this press this time. He does the same thing as he did earlier. Finds Maloney. Now inside shot, no good. This is tipped out last off of Hillsdale. So we'll stay with Lucas. Over a minute and a half played here in the second. Just 2 points, both to Hillsdale. Lob over top. Winters overlooks a 2-3 zone. Grover thought about shooting the basketball. He let up at the last moment. Tried to get it off to his teammate. Goes out of bounds, and the official calls it Lucas basketball. Official saw a deflection off of the Falcons. Tough break because Ferguson saw the ball. He was going to pick it up. He just decided to let it go. Didn't think that they last touched it. So Lucas survives this possession. Winters, left-handed three, air ball in front of the student section. He'll be hearing about that the rest of the night. Hayden McFadden was in a tough spot. He was able to find Bennett. Lewis rips, drives, has it poked away, but a foul. Finello will get his second here. First foul of the quarter will go on Lucas. That's the second, as I said, on Finello. Shout out to Michael Stoltzfus watching with us on Facebook, cheering on the Cubs here this evening. They find themselves down 10, but they get a steal. Defense has not been the issue. It's been the offense. 12 points to hold Hillsdale to that number at this point in the game. You're doing jumping jacks over on the sideline. It's just you got to start scoring, and that can't happen. Another turnover. Ferguson, one-arm pass, up ahead to Bennett, layup no. Lewis tried to get the rebound, had it poked away. Grover has it poked away. A turnover again for Lucas. Ferguson stops at the three-point line, misses another three, and out of bounds again. Lucas has the basketball. No sugarcoating it. It's been a nightmare shooting the basketball for both teams here so far. And then you got to add the extra worry for Lucas. They're just turning the ball over. Case in point right there. Radar's Dairy Bar will give you a second look. You could see that left foot touch the sideline before Grover threw it off of a Falcon. So mistakes continue to pile up for Lucas and Hillsdale. They got to start hitting some shots. They go inside for Krichbaum, and he's frustrated after missing that one. A slow jog from him back on defense. Grover just not seeing anything right now. Falcons doing a fantastic job forcing turnovers out of Lucas. Finello loses it out of bounds. Timeout called by the Cubs. They want to talk things over. And I'm sure Hillsdale would like to talk things over too, figure out what's working for them here in this game, because there's a lot of missing baskets here in this gym, and that's not just exclusively Lucas. Be the second timeout called by the Cubs in a 12-2 second quarter, nearly halfway done with the second. So if you're Lucas, you got to start picking up this defense that Hillsdale's throwing at you. They had a little bit of 2-3 going on early in the second quarter. I wasn't really looking out for it on some of those last couple possessions, but I thought it looked like maybe a 1-3-1 was coming out too from Coach Ferguson. Whatever they're doing, it's working. If you're Hillsdale, keep doing that. Just figure out some other options on offense. Ferguson across the timeline. No look pass. Nice extra play. They had an open layup just dropped by Bennett. Ferguson, top of the key. They need something to fall from deep, and they have it. Lowen Ferguson finds himself open for a straightaway triple. Some more good pressure. Just able to get it over in time. Winters to the basket, forced to fade again. Hillsdale's interior defense has been special, but they lose it on the outlet, and Coach Ferguson not happy at all. It was very quiet in this gym when Ferguson kind of let out a little bit of frustration. You could probably hear it through my headset. So that gives Lucas the basketball, and yeah, it is a 1-3-1 that has Hillsdale locking down Lucas on the defensive end, and there's another steal. Krichbaum able to get in the passing lane. Ferguson, nice entry pass. Krichbaum to the basket, made the layup, but a travel. Yeah, maybe a shuffle of the feet as he tried to hop through two defenders. So you like the creativity that Hillsdale's had out of this timeout. Execution-wise on that possession, pretty good, just shuffled the feet for a travel. Good job breaking the press down low. Maloney blocked. Second effort, Winters lays it in. And that breaks a big run of no offense for Lucas. They scored early in the first quarter, and now they finally get their other bucket. Nice drive inside. Hayden McFadden breaks the score lock for Hillsdale. 17-4 as Grover's in another double. And they'll call a double dribble. Grover's beside himself. He thought he had the ball tipped away. Yeah, it looks like the ball hit the ground. He started dribbling again. I side with Grover on that case. Bobby still letting him hear it. In a nice way, of course. Seems he's moved on and just got to lock down on defense here. Down 13. He's got to take it one stop at a time as Ferguson has the basketball. Lowen thought about another one. He ends up going to Krichbaum, who had the perfect positioning around Grover. Hillsdale 19, Lucas 4. How about this defensive showing from Hillsdale? And as I say that, they get the steal. Hayden McFadden rejected by the rim. Lewis the rebound, and he's fouled. How about Lowen getting in there, forcing the steal on one of the taller players, and then McFadden trying to clear for takeoff. A couple guys in his way maybe affected him not being able to get all the way up. And with 2:07 left here in the first half, Kel Lewis will shoot free throws. He misses the first, and the poor shooting continues for the Falcons. They've only had 1 3 fall here today, and it was from Lowen a few minutes ago. Other than that, it's been a struggle. It feels like everything else has been layups. Kale splits the pair, 20-4. Long pass to break the press. Winters in space, dishes off. Pass inside is blocked. McFadden, I thought he got it clean, but the officials have a foul. Give you a second look. That's about as clean as it gets. But the official in the back behind the play saw something, blew his whistle, and we've got free throws coming for Braden Francis, newly installed into the game. After this first free throw, we'll give you another look. Francis, his first is off. Here's a second look. Nice pass inside. Francis just wasn't quick enough to shoot it. And I thought McFadden got in there clean. Nonetheless, it's turned into a decent foul. We'll see if it's a good foul after this free throw, because Francis missed the first and the second. He splits the pair, so good for him. 20-5, Lucas down 15. Have to lock up. Final 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Bennett gets around. Down low, Lewis kicks it out to the corner. Open for three, shot no good. Lewis comes down with a tough rebound. Bennett, Euro step to the lane, no, rebound Lucas. Again in that high 1-3-1. Ball's tipped again, McFadden gets it, throws it up ahead for Bennett, the easy layup. And if that starts happening with more regularity, this could get ugly. There's another steal and another pass down low. Lewis lays it in. 24-5. And another steal. Bennett this time gets it. Euro step, hit from behind. He is fouled. He'll shoot two. Bennett with 4 points in the first quarter, 4 here in the second. Chance to add on that at the line. So that is back-to-back-to-back turnovers that, if Bennett hits these free throws, will result in points. First one's off. Troy Bennett, a team-high 21 in last night's win against Northwestern. Gives Hillsdale 25 to give it a 20-point lead for Hillsdale here at home, under a minute left. Almost another turnover. Fortunately for Lucas, ball was deflected out. Ball over top, caught and tipped out, so just gets out of danger. They'll move this ball up 60 feet. Grover loses his man, drives baseline, kicks it, and the ball is dropped out of bounds. By Giegold. .7 on the clock. Hillsdale a chance to continue extending their lead. That is already at 20. Bennett gives off to Lewis, who traveled. Picked up that pivot. It was close, but a good call by the official. He was right there. 24.2 and counting. Need a basket here, and they'll get it. Coming in, making an impact, Braden Francis now has 3 points, all in the second quarter. Under 10 to go. 25-7, Hillsdale looking for a last shot. McFadden loses the handle, gets it back, drives in on Francis, and he's fouled with 1.0 to go. And Hayden will shoot 2. McFadden's got 4 points, 2 of those coming here in the second frame. First one is a swish. Takes a high five from Knox Lewis behind the free throw line. He'll square up the second one. Troy Bennett leads the scoring with 9 points, but McFadden not too far behind him with 5. He misses the second free throw, and a last-second heave by Grover won't be close. End of the half. How about this score? Hillsdale 26, Lucas 7. Some things to talk about in the locker rooms for both sides. Here on the OH Report, we'll take a break and come back with your halftime show.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Home and kitchen supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Welcome back. Time for your halftime show, brought to you by Bendon. Jonathan Langdon with you this evening as Hillsdale, they've got it going against Lucas, 26-7 in the score category. But as we look at these stats here momentarily, you'll notice a couple of things with this game here tonight. So we've got our numbers crunched. We'll give you a look at those, and I think what stands out is the shooting from three. That's one of the things that stands out. There's plenty to talk about just with these numbers. 0 for 3 for Lucas. They haven't really shot too many triples here in this game. 1 for 10 for Hillsdale. They have struggled to shoot the basketball, not just from three, but from the field. 9 of 23. Not too great from them either. And if you do the math, simple math there, that makes them 8 for 13 inside. So that's just been where they've been able to get their money so far. Up 19. They've also forced 18 turnovers from Lucas. That is quite a despairing number. And most of those came towards the end of the second quarter. It was very low scoring to start this game. Lucas and Crestview, I believe they were locked at 12-2 for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then that's when Hillsdale was able to start racking up some points, able to get inside, start making some layups, making some easier passes. Offensive rebounding has been an issue for both sides. Well, I should say defensive rebounding has been an issue for both sides. You see 13 rebounds apiece. I would say over half of those are off of the offensive glass, believe it or not. So just got to lock in on your end, box out some guys, get some rebounds. And what's been the issue for Lucas when they get to their half-court offense is just the fact that Hillsdale's throwing everything in the kitchen sink at them looks-wise. They ran a 2-3. They started the game with just man. Some full-court pressure also applied from Lowe and Ferguson down the court on the point guard Grover. But then they went to a 2-3. That threw off the Cubs. Then they went to a 1-3-1, a high 1-3-1 at that. They had so much pressure beyond the three-point line. That took Lucas for a loop too. So whatever Hillsdale decides to throw at them, the hope is that Coach Eisman has figured that out in the locker room and has given Lucas kind of a guide to figure out how they're going to be able to navigate anything that Hillsdale may have planned here for the second half and try to get inside and score some buckets. 7 points is a low number. Most of those, and I believe all of those, have come in the painted area, with the exception of the free throw knockdown that makes them 1 for 2 on the game. So the Cubs got to try and find some offense outside of the paint. That's another thing they could probably work on. And then Hillsdale keep doing what you're doing as they make their way out of the locker room with Coach Ben Ferguson. And they just wait for the next 15 seconds before we get going with the second half. Thanks so much for being with us here on the OH Report, our only game live tonight. Had a game earlier with Upper Sandusky and Bucyrus, the girls' game. As Upper Sandusky and the Lady Rams, they have had a 6-game homestand, and I believe they still have 1, if not 2, more games in that homestand. So we're going to see a lot more Upper Sandusky on the OH Report, even for the boys, too. I believe they also have a 6-game homestand. For both of these teams, however, Hillsdale will play next week here against Chippewa. No big homestand for them. They'll be done at home after that. They'll take on Mansfield Christian in the next game next Saturday on the road, and then they'll go at Smithville, a team currently 7-0 at the moment, towards the top of the WCAL. So that could be a huge matchup as well. See Coach Eisman and the Lucas Cubs settling in for this third quarter, where Bennett will get us underway. Third tick of those 8 minutes. Lowen Ferguson picks up his dribble, goes to the high elbow with Bradey Krichbaum. Krichbaum drives in, kicks it out. Hayden McFadden through 2 defenders, tries to reverse it. Shot no good. Winters thrown to the deck, and a travel called. Zac Winters beside himself. Official was off the screen. He was just to the left of the frame there. Called the travel. Not too far away from the play. Lob over the top. Cale Lewis goes to get it. So already another turnover. Just an unfortunate one there for Lucas. That was their 19th turnover. McFadden passes up a layup, gives it off to Lewis, who's able to score. Hillsdale 28, Lucas 7. That's a football score for you, folks, and they had a pretty darn good football season if you were living under a rock this fall. Winters through the lane. Krichbaum couldn't contest him, and that one falls for Lucas. Lewis, backdoor, finds McFadden. The reverse layup bounces in. He missed one a couple moments ago. That time he gets the lucky bounce off the iron. As we see some touches from Grover here in the second half. Winters, 2 on him in the corner, finds Finello inside. His shot is thrown up and through. I thought he lost his balance on that play, still got it to fall. Here's McFadden from the corner this time. Shot is in. You'll take that bounce every day of the week. They went 1 of 10 in the first half from 3. First one they throw up here in the third makes them 2 for 11. Ball deflected away. Winters gets the deflection. Ball moves around. Finello up on Krichbaum, just gets it off and scores it. 6 points here in the third quarter already for the Lucas Cubs. They had 7 all of the first half. McFadden cut off that time with the backdoor cut. Lewis keeps his pivot, fades away, and scores. Offense is picking up for both teams here in the third quarter. 35-13 already, just 2.5 minutes in. Cooper Day is tripped up. Foul will go on McFadden. That is Hayden's second of the game. First foul by either side here in the half. The disparity so far in this one, 22 points between Lucas and Hillsdale with a 35-13 game. Cubs trying to strike on offense. Ball is stolen away. Bennett, one-on-one down the lane, draws the foul. He'll shoot free throws. Before McFadden hit that 3 earlier on in this quarter, he was the leading scorer with 9. Here he is to take that title back at the stripe. Bennett misses the first, so the best he could do is tie at 10, but Troy Bennett, he's one of those guys that Coach Ferguson was projecting would take over for Braylon Jarvis, a guy that Hillsdale really relied on last year to score. Bennett was the second leading scorer on that team last year, and understandably so, you'd expect him to pick it up. 13.5 points per game, maybe not the leap Coach Ferguson was expecting. It's come more from some of his other guys that have really joined the team and made some impacts, specifically Lowen Ferguson. This ball's deflected out of bounds. This will stay with Lucas as Lewis got in the passing lane. And this is it's not to knock Bennett at all. He's had a fantastic year. Still doing what he did last year. It's just that the expectation was maybe he was going to take the load of the scoring, but some other guys have stepped up. Timeout called by Lucas as Grover was on the ground fighting. A couple of calls on this side for traveling. No call from the officials. Timeout. You see the scoring in this quarter. We are 3 minutes into the third, and it's a 10-6 frame. Hillsdale with that 4-point advantage here in the third. This timeout's brought to you by Home and Kitchen Supply, thanks to our sponsors tonight. Simonson Construction Services. From concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Thanks to Bendon, based in Ashland. Bendon develops creative and engaging products that spark imagination and fun. Currently, Bendon stands as the top producer of coloring and activity books in the world. And then also another sponsor we'll get to here before we get back into play. Thanks to the Village Point Market, currently celebrating our 12 days of deals. Go to our Facebook page to see what today's deal is here on December 28th. 36-13. We're out of the timeout called by Lucas. They have 2 remaining in the game. Hillsdale has yet to call one tonight. Finello back out to Grover. Winters drives in. Tough finish. He gets it to fall. Kale Lewis turns, uses his body to get some space. Shot no. Krichbaum flies in for the rebound and gets the bucket. Hoop in the harm. Free throw coming for Bradey Krichbaum. He really did just fly out of nowhere and get that basket. Krichbaum now with 8 points on the game. Forces the foul on Winters, which is his second. Braden Francis checks back in for Lucas, wearing number 40 in black. On the far left of your screen, as Krichbaum makes it 39-15. Hillsdale right now running a 1-3-1, trapping the corners as soon as the ball enters in, because that's where Lucas has been going a little bit with their offense. They like to find Winters on the corner and give him a chance for a baseline drive. Here's a poke away as Krichbaum is ripped as he goes up. He immediately reaches for his back. Definitely a hard foul as Grover just reached in on his arm. Yeah, Krichbaum really favoring his lower back after that incident. Hope everything's okay there for him. He's at the line shooting 2. First one goes in. It's been a big piece of his development, making sure that he can start knocking down free throws regularly. He's done that here today. At the half, Hillsdale was shooting 5 for 8 from the line. And they're now 3 for 3 here in the third quarter. 41-15. 11 points for the big man for the Falcons. Jump ball on the ground is Grover. He's found himself on the hardwood a couple of times tonight. Winters comes up and helps with the pressure. It's a 3-on-3. Ferguson not able to get Winters, but Bradey Krichbaum gets in there and helps him out with the block. Ferguson feeds Kale Lewis in stride. A blocking foul called as Kale will go shoot. Ferguson just took it and went, and Lewis did the rest. Just wasn't able to finish the layup. Foul goes on Finello. Finello's already got 4 here tonight, so he's close to fouling out in the third quarter. Officials convening for something. Not going to speculate what's going on there. 2 shots for Kale Lewis, 4 fouls on the game for Finello. Nobody else really in foul trouble worth noting. Everyone else evenly split on the floor at least right now. Just 1 for Winters. His first free throws missed by Lewis. Winters has 1 foul. Also Grover, and Francis has 1. On the other side for Hillsdale, 1 foul for Lowe and Ferguson. Second free throw goes in, splits the pair. 42-15. High pass for Winters. He catches, spins, and finishes. Zac Winters starting to pick up some scoring. He's got 8. Bennett finds himself open for Hillsdale. He knocks down the three. He's got 13. He has hit his average just in the third quarter of play as the 1-3-1 continues for the Falcons. They almost get another steal. That bounces off Lewis out of bounds. Kale will check off. McFadden back into the game. McFadden checks in. He is at 2 fouls. Under 3 minutes left in the third. Grover had nowhere to go, just hit it off Bennett. Winters out top. No threes yet for Lucas. They haven't really looked to shoot any either, especially here in this second half. Shot missed. Krichbaum there for another rejection. So Francis doing a good job crashing the glass, just not using his body to try and get an open shot. Krichbaum has had a couple of easy blocks on him. Here's a three up from Winters. Shot no good. Rebound. Another pass down low. Francis misses the layup. Ferguson comes down with a rebound. Tried to keep his dribble alive. Good job by Winters to poke it away. And how about that from Mason Giegold to get Lucas up to 19. 45-19. Ferguson the other way. Responds quickly. 47-19. Under 2 minutes left. Lob over top, Winters in a joust with Holland Young. He hit the deck after the whistle. Jump ball will go Hillsdale's way. Knox Lewis returns to the contest. He'll take Bennett to the bench. Krichbaum, he's doubled, immediately gives it out to Young. Three, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last off of Lucas. And Winters is not happy. Hasn't really said anything to the officials. He's just kind of had his arms out in confusion. Speechless from that call, I presume. Hillsdale has another opportunity. McFadden, extra pass. Low and Ferguson. Shot no good. Krichbaum the rebound, but what's the call here? Winters is going to get a loose ball foul. Yeah, so they call that on Winters. That is his second of the game. Oh, now they've changed it, it seems. They're going the other way. Well, they haven't changed the foul call, but Lucas has the basketball. Ball tipped from behind. Hillsdale has it back. Ferguson the steal. Ferguson the layup. The lead is 30. Under a minute left here in the third frame. Grover finds Winters back in the corner. Giegold down low. And a foul. Mason Giegold will shoot. So Mason, the junior 6-foot forward, will shoot free throws. First attempts of the night for him. First one off. They put the foul on Bennett. That's his second. And Giegold's second rattles out. Krichbaum the rebound. Ferguson looks to push the pace. Pass to McFadden, a little bit ahead of him. Able to recover and get it out to Holland Young. Another triple falls here in the third quarter for Hillsdale. That brings the student section up to their feet. Under 20 seconds. Lucas, they need a basket. Something to take into the fourth quarter. Winters fakes, and Young rips it away. 6 seconds left in the quarter. A fast break opportunity, a 3-on-2. No, 1 second left, and McFadden's floater too strong. End of the third quarter, Hillsdale running away with it, 52-19 at home here, live and free on the OH Report.
Home and kitchen supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Final 8 minutes here tonight for the Falcons in the second game of a back-to-back. Still trying to catch up with their schedule. A couple of postponements with their state football run in the fall. And a 71-43 win over Northwestern last night. Coach Ferguson said about that game, the second half of it, it was their best half of basketball yet this season. Of course, small sample size, but that says a lot about the direction that they're going in as a team. Knox Lewis not able to connect down low. And for Lucas, this is their first game coming out of Christmas break, so that could explain some of the struggles they had offensively. Only 7 points in that first half. They've picked it up since with 19 at the moment. However, the turnovers have plagued them here tonight as McFadden tried to throw one down, and he was rejected by the back iron. Another thing Coach Ferguson told me is he's had a big dunk in pretty much every game they've played. He's tried 2 of them, unsuccessful both times. Grover gives it right back to Hillsdale. McFadden, he'll have a second chance at it. And I saw a defender in the way, decided to just lay it in. First 2 points of the fourth, 54-19, as it's approaching a 40-point game, 35 right now. Winters has his shot blocked. Giegold the rebound. He goes up, misses short. Another rebound. Francis counted in the foul. How about the game he's had? 5 points. And a chance to add to it at the line. He's already made a free throw today, 1 for 2 from the stripe. That foul for Hillsdale will go on Holland Young. That's his second. First foul of the quarter. We are in running clock territory. As that ball rattles out, Francis gets his own rebound and lays it in. 54-23. McFadden open from the three-point line, and he knocks it down. Grover trying to fend off Lowen, who has made it difficult for him this entire game. McFadden lays it up and in. He is thrown to the padding, and he was not happy. He started going after Finello, who wasn't the one that I thought more so pushed him into the padding. Winters spins, keeps that pivot alive, draws the foul. Good job by Grover on the deck yet again, able to get it away, and then Winters draws the foul on Fickus. That's his first. Winters in and out with the first free throw. A.J. Brown will get his first action tonight, number 22 for the Falcons. And both free throws are missed by Zac Winters. Young looks ahead, doesn't see anything. Ferguson drives, kicks. Here is A.J. Brown for three. Too long. It was a good look for the fella. The junior getting some PT here late in the game in a 59-23 game. Young defends Winters. Dribbles to the left, doesn't see anything. Post entry, Giegold lost it, and Fickus is charged for another foul. It's his second in a short stint. Doubled out top, Winters, hands back off to Grover, bounce pass, Giegold at the perimeter, dribbles through two, keeps it alive, banks it just a little too strong, off the iron twice. Lowen Ferguson, hand off, back to Brown, giving him some space, doesn't take the three. Holman Young stops outside the paint, back out to Fickus. Brown rip through, floater, pull up, whatever you want to call it. A.J. Brown's on the board. Winters through the lane, off the glass. His total's up to 10. First player in double figures for Lucas here tonight. No look pass, Knox Lewis finishes it off. Gonna have to put together a highlight package of Lowen Ferguson and all of his no look passes here today. He had one to Krichbaum in the first half that I remember. And an offensive foul as Winters plowed through the defense. Zac Winters picks up his third. Just looking at the foul category for all of these teams, for everyone in the floor. Got to give respect where it's due for Finello. He's had 4 fouls pretty much this entire half, and he stayed in the game. Coaches right now are not happy with the officiating and letting them know about it over on the sideline. Coach Eisman, beside himself, just walks away from the situation. So it was a technical foul. Free throw will go in for Lowen Ferguson. And this one could make it a 40-point game. Lowen, it's a swish. Ferguson's got 9. And it looks like Ferguson's night will be done. Gage Barker will get him. So Krichbaum, McFadden, Bennett, and Ferguson all get their well-deserved breaks. Also Lewis on the bench. So the second unit will get some opportunities here with a minute and a half left in this game. Knox Lewis, pull up, no. Giegold the rebound. Grover crossover move on Brown. Gives to Finello. Grover cut off again. Winters. He'll have to do it himself. And he draws the foul. Free throws coming. We have a running clock, so we could run into the situation where this game ends at the stripe. It's a third foul for Holland Young as Zach misses the first free throw again. He struggled from the line, and it's been a frustrating game, that's for sure. It's time to put that aside and add some points to your name. Second free throw goes in. 65-26. With 12 seconds left, A.J. Brown will take it across the timeline and dribble this out. Falcons will go to 5-0 with a convincing 65-26 final here from the Falcons' nest. Good all-around effort from Hillsdale. That's what we knew they needed to do to take care of business tonight. They did just that. Lucas, some offensive struggles early in the game, plagued them throughout. 7 points in the first half, never really caught up after that. And that's how this game ends. Hillsdale 5-0, Lucas 1-8 on the season. We'll be back live and free on the OH Report with your MVP tonight.
Home and kitchen supply. We're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Home and kitchen supply. We're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Time now for your post-game show, brought to you by Bendon here on the OH Report. It's a final. Hillsdale, significant win for them, 65-26. Have a night. Both times we've seen them here on their home gym, they have dominated. And Lucas, they're no team to mess with, and they messed with them here tonight. 65-26, near 40-point win. And the Falcons, they're really feeling good about themselves because the things they struggled with in the first half, they picked up in the second half. You'll see it in the numbers. They were 1 of 10 from 3. They improved to 6 of 19. That's still not a great number, but from where you were in the first half, that's a much needed improvement. They went 5 of 9 from 3 in the second half. So I consider that a win. They stay under 10 turnovers. That's what they average on a per-game basis. They had 6 here tonight, and then 9 fouls compared to Lucas's 13, and then you see that big number for Lucas and the Cubs, and you're looking back at this game and 27 turnovers. That sticks out to you. And then also just the struggles offensively you had in the first half. You were down, well, you had 7 points going into the third quarter. You end with 26. That's a pretty good number considering your struggles earlier on in the game. But Hillsdale putting up 65 on you. They average 69 points a game. That's not going to help. Cubs have a lot to work on. And, of course, with that 1-8 record, they'll have some evaluating to do as we get into the new year. Both of these teams done for 2024. 2025 brings a new year, and hopefully, if you're a Lucas Cubs fan, new year, new look, and start getting some wins under your belt, especially in the Mid-Buckeye Conference, because you're 1-1 in that category, and that's not awful at all. You still got a good chance to finish high in the conference. So take that opportunity into the new year, and it'll be exciting to see what they do on next Friday against Crestline. That'll be when they play next. Going to take a quick break, come back with our MVP. We're trying to get Troy Bennett. We'll see him up here soon on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned, so you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up.
MVP here today. It's Troy Bennett, 13 points for you to lead the way as Hillsdale gets the win 65-26 over Lucas. Troy, offensively, what was working for you guys to, especially in the second half, I think, to run away with this against Lucas?
I feel like in the second half, we started to run the floor a lot better than we were in the first half, and we just found the open guy, and
All right, and then Troy, just tell me about the defensive side of things. You guys threw some man at him, full court pressure as well. Lowen did a good job putting pressure on the point guard. And then also 1-3-1 got thrown in, 2-3. Was that just to try to throw some variety, throw them off, or what was the strategy there?
Yeah, because our man-to-man isn't really the best right now, so we're really trying to work on our press and our zones right now.
Gotcha. So you want to give any shout-outs to any other your teammates? Because I know it was a well-rounded effort on the offensive end, and you guys got a big win today.
I shout out our big man down low, getting all our rebounds for us, and yeah, I'll just shout out him.
Well, you guys got a big WCAL schedule coming up.
Yeah.
You got to catch up to some of the other teams. They've played 8-9 games at this point. You guys are just up to your 5th win. What's it going to take from your crew, because you're going to have a lot of games in a short stretch coming up? What's it going to take for you guys to execute and keep this undefeated streak alive?
Taking care of our bodies, make sure we're getting the right fluids in there, and just playing how we've been. I say our best game would be against Waynedale, so I'm hoping we can play like we did that game against everyone else.
All right, one more question for you. Take a look in the camera. Give some shout-outs to anybody watching.
Shout out my mom and the rest of my family.
All right, congratulations, Troy. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Home and kitchen supply. We're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change, yeah, it's time to break the chains.
Time to wrap up our post-game show, brought to you by Bendon here tonight. And the Hillsdale Falcons get it done 65-26, and they move to 5-0 on the year. Going to wrap this thing up from the Falcons Nest. We'll see you next time on the OH Report. Jonathan Langdon with you. Our camera operator today was Brandon Powell. Georgia McFarland giving you some stats to look over here tonight. Sponsors supporting Hillsdale Athletics will roll through your screen one final time. Thanks to Simonson Construction Services, Bendon, Village Point Market, Radar's Dairy Bar, Home and Kitchen Supply, and Spherion Mid-Ohio. Till next time, we'll see you live and free on the OH Report.